Hey, it's Kayla with Benchmark, and in today's video we're going to be showing you how to do a localization in Survey Crew. So a localization is important because it allows you to calibrate your rover so that it's matching up with the coordinate system of your job site. And the plans for your job site might have been set up based on a local grid, a different coordinate system, or an arbitrary coordinate system. So if you want to be able to lay out anything from that plan, you need to do a localization first. So if you don't do a localization properly, you won't be able to accurately lay out any of the plans. So if you were to stake out, let's say, a building, it could be that it'll tell you when you go to stake it out, you have to go millions of meters or feet in order to get to that point, which doesn't make sense because you're on the job site. A localization can sometimes be a bit difficult to conceptualize or understand. So what I'll do is we'll have a diagram on a whiteboard and I'll show you how a localization actually works. So your RTK receiver is getting its position based on its communication with satellites and a base station, which is going to give you an accurate position, but that position might not line up with points on your drawing, especially if your drawing was created in an arbitrary coordinate system, a local grid, or just by another surveyor. It might not match up with what you have on the drawing. So for example, using this diagram here, I've got my drawing here, and let's say this first point was set up on 5,000, 5,000, so an arbitrary coordinate system, where in the real world, that point would show up at maybe say 5,000, 30,000 for the northing and easting. And so if I plot these in the same space, it's going to end up being really far away from each other. And if I went to go stake out anything from this drawing, it's going to say I need to go quite far in order to get to those points. In reality, on the ground, I don't actually have to go that far. So what the localization does is it pairs up these known points so that when I go to stake this out, it's going to show up where it's supposed to on the site. So if I take my drawing, now what I would do for the localization, and I would shoot in my control points, and then the localization is basically going to make it so that those points match up. So I'm going to line up on the drawing here my control points, and basically by taking the 3 shots, I'm going to lock them in. Now, something important is that for the localization, I don't want to do it on just one of these points, because as you can see, now it can shift. So the rotation would be off. So I want to do more than one so that I can lock in the rotation. And this way, now when I go to stake this out, it's going to show up where it's supposed to based on the drawing. So now that we've understood how a localization actually works and what it's doing, let's talk about what you actually need in order to do the localization. First, you're going to need your equipment. If you're using a network rover like I am, you're going to need your rover and data collector, and ideally have a fixed solution. If you're using base and rover, then you want to make sure you have your base and rover set up and a fix on the rover. Next, you're going to want to have some known or control points that match up with points on the drawing. So these known points can be survey nails, control hubs, benchmarks, survey monuments, iron pins for property corners, anything like that that you can clearly find on site and matches up with a point on the drawing. So let's find some around here, some known points, to show you what they could look like. Right, so right here we have a survey monument. So it's just a metal disc, some spray paint, and usually there'll be the location on there as well, but depending on how old the monument is, might not be able to read it. But most survey monuments for most cities or towns, you can easily find it just by searching your town name, survey monuments, and then you'll be able to find where those are, and you can actually locate them in the field and localize to those points. All right, now let's go through how to actually do a localization. So in Survey Crew, I've already got my plan imported, and it's based on a CAD drawing. It's already got the known points on it, which I already know where they are at the site here. So I'm going to go to the survey tab, and then I'm going to go to CAD stakeout, and I'm going to say okay to load the last CAD file here. We're going to zoom it to my file. So as you can see, this is my plan. I've got my 3 control points, 1, 2, and 3 here. And so let's go to stake out these points and see how far off it is without the localization. So I'm just going to choose point 1, stake out. And for this control point, I know it's based on this survey nail here. So if I go to set up my rover on this point, I can see I'm actually over a meter off when really in the real world, I'm over top of that point. So this is why I need a localization. So now that you can see what it looks like without the localization, let's go through the steps of a localization. So we're gonna back out here a few times till we get kind of to the main menu. We're gonna go to Project, and I'm gonna select Localization. Now, as you can see, there's nothing in here since I haven't set it up yet, so that's what we're gonna do. So at the bottom, we're gonna click Add, and then as you can see here, I have some options I need to choose. So I need to choose my known coordinate, so that's the point from the plan, and then my geodetic coordinates, which are the actual real world coordinates that I'm getting from the rover for that point. So let's go through and choose the known coordinates. So I can choose it just by clicking the list icon, and since this is control point 1, I'm going to do that one first. Click OK. Now for my geodetic coordinates, I could have measured this point ahead of time, or I can measure it now in this screen. So I'm just going to get over this point, level up my pole here, and we'll take the position. Now I can also control whether I do the localization using horizontal, so just northing and easting, or vertical as well. So a good rule of thumb is if you're drawing, when you choose your known coordinate, if the height or elevation shows up as 0, you don't necessarily want to turn on the vertical control, as then you're localizing to your elevation of 0, which, probably isn't correct. However, my points do have elevation, so for this first point, I'll use that elevation. So I'll use both enable horizontal control and vertical control. So we'll click OK on this screen, and we're going to repeat the process with the other known points here. So I'm going to do add, and I'll go over to my next known point. So I'm at my second known point here. So I'm going to choose the known coordinates just from the point list. Next, I'm going to take the measurement of this point. So I'm just going to level up my pole here and take a measurement. Now then, for the second point, I'm going to turn off the vertical control since I only have 3 control points. So I'm just going to hold vertical on just one of them, and then the rest will be horizontal. Click OK. So now I've got those 2, so let's go to the third one. So I'm at my third control or known point here. So I'm going to add another pair here, choose my known coordinate from my list, level up my pole, and take my measurement. And again, for this third point, I'm going to turn off the vertical, then click OK. And I'm just going to double check these that the points listed here are my known points. Also, just make sure that I'm only holding vertical on one of these pairs, which is right. So now that I've got that all set up, I can click calculate, and this way it's going to calculate all the parameters needed for the localization. I'm going to click apply. And now if I go to, let's say, stake out these known points again, it's actually going to match up really well with where they are based on the plan as well as where they are in the real world. So let's go ahead and we're going to stake out some of these controls here. I'm going to choose points 1, 2, and 3. We'll stake out point 3 first. And as you can see, I'm right over top of that point. Bubble is green right in the middle, so I'm within tolerance. So that's good. I'm going to check into the second one here, and we'll just make sure that lines up as well. And again, looks good. Within tolerance right over top of the point. Let's go to the third one just to check in on that one. And on this one as well, checking in within tolerance right over top of the point. Whereas before the localization, when I showed you, I was a little bit more than a meter off in one direction. And so now it's showing right over top of that point. So now that I've completed my localization, I can go ahead and lay out any of the features from this drawing. So let's just do some of the corners here for this rectangle. Just gonna save some of the endpoints and maybe the center point here. And we'll just select those points to stake out. So that's where this point is. I can go ahead and stake, and we can go on to the next one here. Right over top of the point, take my measurement, and I can put my stake down, and I can move on to the rest. So that's how you do a localization within Survey Crew. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and subscribe to Benchmark for surveying made simple.